Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Conrad Nagel. We welcome you to the 10th of the new series of Silver Theater dramatic productions. Next week and the week following, you'll hear Betty Davis in a radio drama written especially for her. And in the following 2 weeks, the lovely Ida Lupino will appear in a 2-part play, Challenge for Three. Today, we are proud to welcome back to the Silver Theater the brilliant Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer star, Clark Gable, supported by Paula Winslow, playing in Danger Lights, a radio drama by True Boardman, based on Collier's magazine story by Grover Jones. The lights are being dimmed and the silver curtain is rising on Danger Lights, starring Clark Gable as Marty Stevens with Paula Winslow as Cleo McFarr. Our scene, the railroad yards of a Midwestern city, a major crossroads of the highways of steel that bind America together. Here in the early hours of a winter morning, a small group of men stand watching as a juggernaut of steel is maneuvered with the ease of a toy engine.
Mister, look at that guy. If he ain't making that engine do everything but jump through a hoop, I'm a wheel monkey's uncle.
Yeah, that Marty Stevens, he one fine boss man. When he had
Listen, Norbeck, you're not in Stockholm now, and if you're going to work in an American yard, you got to talk yard lingo. Marty Stevens ain't no boss man. He's a yard conductor. In other words, a stud duck. Joe, look at that guy, Marty. He took the boiler handle himself and hooked onto that freezer in 30 seconds. Now bet a fin he stops her dead in front of us so he can give us a ride. You won't bet me. I know Marty Stevens.
Hi, you grease monkeys. How's that? Keep your eyes open around here and you'll learn something about railroad. Come on, Slattery. You've done the hard stuff. We'll let the other guys finish up.
Okay, Marty.
All right, get to work, you Bojacks. Finish making up number 12. She goes out at 6:14, and that don't mean 6:15.
Okay, Marty.
Let me see if just once you boomers can get the lead out and really highball. Come on, Slattery.
Marty, I've been looking for you. It's okay, Marty.
Hey, pipe down, will you?
It ain't going to be pneumonia after all.
Hey, what is all this?
Yeah, Tanner, I didn't know that you had... Look, get at it, you guys. Go on, scram. Get those boilers moving.
Okay.
What are you talking about, Tanner?
But I wasn't saying...
Never mind. The, kid's okay?
Yeah, Marty. Yeah, it ain't pneumonia. It's just a bad cold or maybe a little croup. The doc said that means he won't need the oxygen tent, Marty. And the doc said, too, he could wait for his dough till payday. So here's your $10 back.
What are you talking about, $10? I didn't loan you that. I owed it to you from last New Year's Eve.
Well, I wasn't even here last New Year's Eve. Ellen and me was visiting her folks. Well, I know what you mean, Marty, and thanks anyway. And about that shift you worked for me yesterday, too. Well, I can start making that up to you right now.
Don't be a sap. I'm all washed up now. Get on home. Get some sleep. And another thing. The kid ain't better tomorrow. You keep your mug out of these yards.
But, Marty...
You heard me, Runt. Beat it. Come on, Slattery. Let's get going.
Who's it all for, Marty?
What? What are you talking about?
The act. Trying to make everybody think you're the hardest guy that ever threw a switch. Why, you got a heart so soft it's made out of mush.
Ah, you're cracked.
And there's another thing. Why this quitting so early? It ain't like you to leave the yards till every train's made up and ready to go.
Oh, those toy pounders can handle it. Let's get over to the Greasy Spoon. I need some Java.
I see. Of course, the gal that dishes out the Java hasn't anything to do with it.
Cleo? I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Hey, by the way, I thought she was sore at you.
Sore? Cleo? At me? Ho, 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 ho. Boy, is she.
How come?
Well, last night I barges in for supper. There's some new guy hanging around the joint, some boomer named Flanagan. And he's making up to Cleo. His line is that he used to know her when she was a kid in Peoria. Well, Cleo pops to this guy that I'm the stud duck, and maybe I can help him get a job. And do I help him? I'll say I do. I take him outside and tell him he's a cinch for a job over at the McKinley Hiring Hall on 8th Street.
McKinley Hiring Hall? 8th Street? You're crazy. That's a woman's employment agency for cooks and maids. And...
Brother, you called it. Peoria. Huh.
You know, for a guy that always used to run on 6 lines at once when it came to women, you're getting kind of single track about that day, Marty.
Ah, you're cracked, Slattery. She's just another car in a long, long train.
Well, maybe I think different.
Yeah? Well, come on inside with me and you'll find out.
Okay.
Hi, beautiful.
Hello, Slattery.
Hey, remember me? I ain't the invisible man, you know.
Slattery, I got ham, ram, lamb, beef, sheep, and mutton. Mustard, custard, and pig iron. What'll it be?
Make mine ham and java.
Ham and java coming up.
Hey, now, wait a minute, hothead.
Let go of me.
Ouch. Hey, Slattery, did you see that? She smacked me. Yeah, what did I tell you? She's crazy about me. Oh, come on, Bright Eyes. How about some service?
Well, if you really want service, you can get all you want over at McKinley's Hiring Hall on 8th Street, Mr. Stevens.
Hey, now, look, Cleo, just because I sit numb-brained for
right, Cleo. It was just a nice walk for a winter night. Nothing to get sore about.
Oh, Mr. Flanagan from Peoria. You came back, did you?
Sure I came back. Seems they ain't using railroad men for ladies' maids this season. And now, Stevens, how about forgetting it all? I'm not sore. A new guy's got to expect a gag or two on himself, and I had it coming. Let's shake hands.
Come on, Cleo. Dish out the java and make it snappy. You heard me. Your job here is to serve customers. Get at it.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Stevens. You ain't going to talk to Cleo that way.
Oh, I'm not? And who's stopping me?
Maybe I am.
Hey, Slattery, you hear that? The soft coal specialist here is going to tell me how I can talk. Well, see how you like this, Mr. Peoria. Look, Cleo, darling, you're going to start moving that streamlined frame of yours and draw me some java toot sweet, or I'll take this hash house and spread it all over the yard. Get going.
Look, Stevens, I hate to do it, but I'm afraid I'll have to punch you in the nose.
Oh, now, Joe, wait a minute.
You keep out of this, Cleo. So, you just have to sock me in the nose, do you?
Yeah. You see, where I come from, we don't talk to ladies like that. And we have ways of handling anybody that does.
All right, smart guy. Start showing me. Come on.
Look out, stranger. Hey, look it. The guy ducked and got Marty.
Oh, Marty, are you all right? Oh, gee, Marty, I should have told you. Joe used to be a boxer.
I don't care if he was Dempsey. That ash cat thinks he can lick me.
Oh, Marty, please, no, quit it.
I'll show you how I'll quit it. All right, Mr. Peoria. One lucky punch don't make a fight. Come on, and I'll...
You'll quit brawling and get back to your job. That's what you'll do, Stevens.
The big he.
Yeah? Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I got some business to finish first.
The only business you got, Stevens, is out in those yards. That's what you're paid for. Now get at it.
And why should I? If I can do 8 hours work in 5, why aren't the other 3 my own?
You're supposed to be a stud duck, Stevens, and that means more than giving orders and trusting the luck they'll be carried out. It means staying on the job and see that they are.
Yeah? Well, it didn't mean that when you were a stud duck. But in them days, there was a different Big He in these yards.
Get out of here.
Okay, Big He, I'm going. I'll run things out there, and how I'll run them. Hey, by the way, when you had my job, you set some kind of a record, didn't you? A record for cutting the diner out of the Red Arrow from Columbus. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Well, mister, you did have a record, because I'm going to bust it. I'm going to bust it so far they'll forget you ever worked a crew. Come on, Slattery.
Look, sir, I'm sorry, but you know Marty, he...
I know. Go along with it.
Yes.
Oh, Joe, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cleo, but the way he was
The
talking...
guy's a hothead, that's all. Well,
He got exactly what was coming to him. I'm glad you did it. Hey, what's your name, son?
Joe Flanagan, sir.
Looking for a job, are you?
Yes, sir. I was a fireman on the Erie and...
You're hired. Come to my office in the morning.
Why, yes, sir, but...
I'm sorry about the brawl.
Oh, that's all right, sir.
Good night, Miss Cleo.
Good night.
Hey, I don't get all this. If that guy's the train master, how come he let that Marty fella talk to him like that?
Because he's Marty's father, you dope.
His father? You mean a guy and his old man are sore at each other like that? It don't make sense.
Oh, don't it? Now, listen, Joe. Tom Stevens, that's the Big He, used to be a stud duck himself. The best yard conductor this railroad or any other railroad ever had. And Marty knows it. That's why he's burned. You know, there's some guys that just aren't satisfied with being second best in anything, Joe, and Marty's one of them.
Yeah, I guess I get it. And maybe the old man's tougher on Marty than he would be on someone else because he is his kid.
Oh, sure he is. I've tried to make Marty understand all that, but the darn fool just...
Hey.
That's the Red Arrow from Columbus.
Well, what if it is?
Look, Joe, take over the joint for a while, will you? If anybody wants coffee, give it to him.
Huh? Oh, the guy trying to break the old man's record. You wouldn't be caring about seeing that or anything.
Never mind. Hand me my coat there, will you?
Yeah, and that was nice, too, the way you were helping me when I was fighting the guy.
Oh.
Marty, are you all right?
Shut up, will you? And get this through that overcooked brain of yours. If you're ever half as good a railroad man as Marty Stevens, you'll be 100 times better than you are now. And what's more, I'll bet you the night's receipts he breaks that record.